Hello and happy Tuesday to you. It is 2 2 2 2 2. Can you believe that? I think it's got to be a lucky day, don't you? So today we are doing a recently asked questions segment. I have a list of questions that have come in on the YouTube channel that I haven't yet got to respond to. And I also have a super special announcement and invitation for you. So I'm not going to do the invitation just yet. I'm going to give folks a moment to arrive. So while that happens, do say hello. And don't mind the balloons in the background. You may see them floating around on the floor. My son had a birthday a little bit ago now, but he wants to keep the balloons around for as long as they are alive. So I've let them float around the house, and it's kind of festive to see the odd balloon going by, and and the helium's out of most of them, so they're on the floor now. But anyways, so don't mind the balloons. But welcome. I see Angela is here. Oh, the picture is pixelated. Yeah, I'm having some internet trouble today. Let me do one thing while you guys are coming in and saying hello, and let's see if that can stop it. See if we can do that. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I have just shut off Dropbox from syncing because I did do a brand new YouTube video shoot for you. And because my internet has been slow, the videos that I uploaded last night to the editors seem to be taking some time. So hopefully that's better, Angela. And Afrin has just arrived, and so has Bill. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So recently asked questions. I'm going to start with one, and then I'm going to make our special announcement / invitation to you all. And I'm excited to reveal what we have cooking in behind the book launcher scene that's special for you. But I want to make sure people are here, so people are arriving. So let's start with the recently asked questions. And of course, if you have a question, you're watching the replay, you can post it in the comments below. You're watching live, you know what to do. So say hello and post your questions. Okay, so the first question was from George Piazza. And his question was, what is the difference between your service and draft to digital services? And this came in after a couple of weeks ago. We did this live stream, and I was sharing the news about draft to digital and Smashwords joining forces. Well, draft to digital buying Smashwords. And so the big difference between draft to digital and book launchers, well, first of all, draft to digital is an aggregator. So they are a means of distributing your book. So your book is at that point written, edited, designed. So you've got your cover and your layout. In many cases, draft to digital does have, I believe they're the ones that has they call it the meat grinder of all the things. I'm not sure which one, Smashwords or draft to digital. One of them has what they call a meat grinder. Don't know who named it, but that is where they take a Word document, for example, and will create a layout file from that. Not the most recommended way of doing it for the most part, but it can work for some. So essentially, they have those services, but Book Launchers is a full service self-publishing firm. We do everything and more than a traditional publisher in many cases. So we create the product that you would then upload to draft to digital. The big difference is draft to digital would be your account. Everything is set up in your name so that you have all ownership and all rights. And then, of course, we're going to help you market it. Draft to digital does not market your book. One of the things I am excited about is Smashwords has a great storefront. They have coupon codes. So they have some tools that will help you sell and market your book. And so hopefully those do come together, because Draft to Digital is one of the main platforms that we use for anybody on working with us that wants to go wide beyond Amazon for their ebooks. And so that is the main difference. In fact, that is all the difference. It is apples and oranges, really. We help you create the product that Draft to Digital will then help you distribute. So cool. Lots more people are here. So I am going to, sorry, I'm just giggling because I saw Deborah Lloyd's comment about, you look great. I don't know about being pixelated. Maybe I need new glasses. So I hope I've addressed the internet issue that had me looking a little funky at the beginning. But thank you, Deborah. You made my day. Okay. And Angela confirmed the picture is much clearer now. So, and Linda's looking for tips on marketing. So Angela will make a note and we will definitely cover that. Oh, and Ian's in the house. Hey, great to see you, my friend. Haven't talked to you in a while. Okay. Okay, yes, sorry, the announcement. We have started a book reviewer community, and you, my YouTube friends, are the first to get in on this. So you're going to be kind of the beta testers. We've run it through some in house testing, but we have 13 different genres of books that you can read for free and then post a review. And we're going to have lots of community extras for being a part of the community. Some of the things that we're planning behind the scenes, of course, include swag, because it would not be a hashtag no boring books club of any kind if it didn't have cool swag. But also, we're going to have author events. You're going to have an opportunity to meet some of our authors and do author Q&As and all kinds of sessions. So if you want to be the first people into this review club, please, please, please go to the link that Angela is going to post in the chat right now and sign up. And if you find things that aren't working super smoothly, let us know. We chose the fabulous folks here that hang out with me at YouTube, on YouTube as the first folks to test this, because you guys all, when it came to my book launch, you were all so fantastic at not only supporting the book launch, but also in sharing with us, hey, there's a typo on this page, and hey, this isn't working quite right. And you did it with kindness and compassion, and we appreciate that, because we're trying really hard to create great stuff. So we're really excited. We have authors that are a part of each genre. So when you select a genre, you will immediately be able to get a book to read and review. And if at any time you get a book and you're like, I don't want to read this, just let us know and we'll tick that one off the list and send you a different one. But we're really excited. So the link is booklaunchers.com. No boring book. I'm sorry. I think it's no boring book. I can't see it, Angela. Oh, I don't know what the pretty link is. So I'll need you to type it out for me. I think it's No Boring Books Club or No Boring Books Reviewers. It changed on me a couple times. So hey, Lakeisha, welcome. And Charlene, great to see you. Michael Dillard, hello, welcome. So it's sorry, I'm waiting for Angela to tell me what the end part is. So it's booklaunchers.com/ no boring book reviews, maybe? No, it is the No Boring Books Club. That's what we settled on. Told you, it's beta. This is brand new. It's a super special invitation for all of you folks. So go check that out, sign up, join in and grab a book to review. You're going to get a ton of great reads. We have some fantastic books. And this isn't just current authors that we're sharing. We're also uploading some of our past books as well. So it's going to be a really cool opportunity. And we really, really appreciate your support and help in ironing out the kinks before we launch it en masse and even start advertising and growing, because this is going to be a big part of our community piece that we're building out in 2022 and in the future. So, all right. And there's Jacqueline. Hello. And she says super beta. So Jacqueline has been working overtime to build these pieces, and she's done a fantastic job. Jacqueline, I was thinking to myself that there might be some criteria that we might want to share with people. So since you are here, you want to type in the chat any criteria. I told them that we have all the different genres, and I believe we give them about a month to review the book, and then we ask them to post a review. And I told them about the special author events, and also the fact that we'll have kind of community rewards for being a part of our reviewer community. Don't know if there's anything else that I should share. So please go ahead. Okay, so back to the questions. I answered Georgia. Actually, I think I called the person George, but it was Georgia. Piazza, sorry, Georgia. And RM Rose said, I have a book on Kindle that I'm about to do a second edition for. Could I pre-sale on Kobo if the first edition is on Kindle? And basically, when I did the video on Kobo, which Angela will probably grab a link for that YouTube video if you haven't watched it already and post it for you. But it was a couple weeks ago, or maybe even last week. And the big question that everybody seemed to ask was similar to this, which was, if my book is already on Kindle, can I also upload it to Kobo? And the answer is yes, as long as you're not currently exclusive with Amazon. If you're exclusive on Amazon Kindle, you're not able to have your book anywhere, including giving it away for free on your own website. So you would need to get out of the exclusivity with Amazon, and then you can upload it anywhere. It's your book. That's the big thing, is it's your book. And Kobo doesn't require that it be only on Kobo, or if it can't be published anywhere else. So you can upload it to Kobo at any time. in order to take advantage of the Kobo pieces. And I believe, but I'm not certain, and this is something to test out, but it would be, you could put it on pre-sale on Kobo and then have it be on sale. It doesn't have to be on pre-sale anywhere else because you would just be publishing it to Kobo. So you could still set a pre-sale period on Kobo. As far as I know, I haven't tested that myself. So if anybody does test it and you find out it works, please let me know. Or if you find out it doesn't work, please let me know. But there was nothing that stood out to me saying you wouldn't be able to do that. All right. Jacqueline says, sounds like you covered the big points, 4 weeks to review a book. You pick which genres you want, and we'll send you selections that fit in those categories. So yay. You will get an immediate book that has already launched, and then you'll get a new book that hasn't launched yet. So you'll get early access to those titles. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Jacqueline. I did miss that early access point, so that's great. Oh, and Marna said it wouldn't let me submit my application, or it sent like 5 times. So Jacqueline will get on that, Marna. Thank you so much. Beta. That's why we're testing it with you, my friends. Okay, and thank you for getting right on that, Marna. I appreciate it. Okay, the next question is from Adnan, and Adnan was asking, how can I get your help to launch my book? And essentially, there's a few things that we do to help people. One is our live streams and our deep dives, which we had a deep dive on Saturday. Many of you were there, so thank you for joining us. And that one was actually all about marketing. And I'll be taking some clips from that, and I'll be creating some YouTube videos going forward. We don't very often post our deep dives in a full replay version. We like you to be there live to play along and to have fun and learn. So we don't tend to post them. But I will be taking some clips so that you can take advantage of those. So we have these live streams every 2 weeks. You can join in, you can ask your questions, and I'll do my best to provide any support that I can. And then those deep dives that we do once a month are also there. I'm working on a book on book marketing that will also be a resource for you. And of course, all of the videos and our blog posts that we post over at booklaunchers.com. You can go to the blog, and there's lots of articles there too. So lots of support. If you want to work with our company, if you want to hire book launchers to work on your book, you would need to come to us sooner than launch. At some point in the future, we will probably come out with a marketing only type product. But right now, we're pretty busy with the books that earlier on. And we've also found that it is more successful be in the whole process with your book, or at the very least coming in the because there's a lot of marketing that gets baked into this process, including keyword, category, pricing, competition research. We want to help you craft the best title, subtitle. We want to also make sure you've got a strong marketing hook for your entire book so that when you're out there marketing, you're pitching for the live speaking, the live appearances or the podcasts or the media outlets, or even just bookstores and other places, you want to make sure you've got a clear audience and a clear angle that you're offering that audience that is a little different than what's already out there, so you stand out. That's stuff that's got to be cooked into that book so that it's set up for success. And then, of course, the packaging is important, the book description, the bio, the cover. So we like to be involved in all of that so that we're building that launch plan with you. The book is set up to achieve your goals as well as to appeal to your marketplace. So essentially, if you're not coming to us earlier than launch, we're probably not going to be able to work with you at this stage in the game. And sorry, I hear it's blurry again. I don't know. My internet is just having a day. It's just been one of those days. So please forgive me. I hope you can hear me. Okay. And I'll see if there's anything else I can turn off on my computer here. There might be a couple things while we're talking. And so, yes, so I'm trying to build a lot of resources to help everyone with their launch and with marketing. And I'm sorry, I'm closing all applications on my computer to try to reduce the blur. But I think what is happening is it's the videos in the cloud and the videos in the background that I started to upload last night. They just are taking their time. Yeah, sorry, no, I am fuzzy today. It's hard. Okay, it's looking better. So hopefully, Efren said you hear me. So listen to my words. That's what my 5-year-old is saying that to me now. He goes, are you listening to my words, mommy? So that's what I'm asking you to do today. Listen to my words, and when my face is clear, give me a smile. So thank you. Okay. I'm at pre-launch stages. Is it too late? Charlene asks. So pre-launch stage, if your cover is done, if your layout is done, uh, it's too late right now to work with us. I'm not ruling out in the future that we will come out with something. But again, we really want to be involved a little bit earlier because it takes like 3 or 4 months for us to get all the pieces in place to create a successful launch. And it's better for a couple of those months to be while we're in the final touches and the final stages of editing your book and then doing the cover with you and finalizing title, subtitle, all of the book description, author bio, all of those pieces. So where we have made exceptions is somebody who comes to us and says, "Hey, here it is. I'm okay if you want to make changes. I'm okay going backwards a little bit to make it better." And then the other exception is when we have somebody who has a series of books and they're coming to us and they're like, "Okay, this is almost finished book one, but book two, book three are here, and I want to set those up for success with book one." So we will consider those kind of exceptions. Okay, all right, so back to my questions, and Angela will keep collecting your questions. And if you are just arriving now, we launched that we now have a brand new book reviewer club where you can get early access to new releases, as well as right now, you're going to get already launched books. You can read them and write reviews and become a part of the coolest hashtag no boring books review club. So that link, Angela will drop again in the description for you if you'd like to join in on that. It is beta, so you are the first to be a part of this. And Jacqueline from our team, our production manager, she is watching comments and helping out for anybody trying to access the review club today and having any issues. Okay, next question. Dawn of a New Day 365 said, this was in reference to my influencer video that came out. It's pretty easy for me to talk to other influencers and establish rapport. However, I've not been as fortunate with some of the media, some of whom I knew previously and seem to have connections with, are not responding. And so the question was, how do I re-engage in order to reconnect? Any suggestions other than what you've already shared? I kind of summarized this in a response I gave to somebody else in that, which was, in order to get a friend, you need to be a friend. And it's kind of what the gist of that video was. But rather than emailing, like, I mean, Angela checks our team email. And so she sees this all the time, like people who want to post an article or do some sort of a collaboration with book launchers, they just email. And then they email again a week later and they're like, "Did you see this?" And they email again and they say, "Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy, but just checking to see if you've got this." That's not going to work. It just won't. So that can't be you. You are better off to try and engage them in other places. So with me, that the place to engage with me, which Stephen Sarrell and many others have already figured out, is on YouTube. Comment, I notice. Show up to the live streams, I notice. I mean, now if Efren, I mean, no pressure, Efren, but if Efren's not there, I'm going to be calling him to make sure he's not sick or something's wrong because he's always here. He's reliable. I can always count on him to be tuning in. So those kind of things get noticed. You got to figure out what is something that will be noticed and be consistent about it. That's really the best way. And ultimately, put your eggs in more than one basket because it's not always going to work, right? With one, if you've got one influencer or one media outlet that you're really targeting, you might want to target 5 and really try to hit them all because there's no guarantees. And I always like to go into it not expecting something. So go in, add value, comment, share their articles, share their videos or whatever it is that they're doing in terms of media, share them, comment on them, be supportive. And the door might just open for you rather than hounding them by email. Also, once you know you've been noticed, that can be your opening. And you can then send a follow-up email and just say, "Hey, we just had an exchange on YouTube. And I was just wondering if you saw this email I had sent you a month ago about XYZ, blah, blah, blah." You've got the opening. You can try again. That would be my recommendation. Okay. And I see a few other questions, but I'll come to those after. and Angela is echoing my consistency comment. Okay, so let's see. Next question I had was from Robert Bell. And he was talking also about the influencer video. And he said, "How do you know when to draw the line between gently following up after your request has been sent and being a stalker. It's a very similar question, or a similar answer, I should say, to the question before. And it's just finding a way to be a presence in their life. And it's not always as easy because some people don't have a channel they hang out on, whether it be TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn. But most people do. They have one place where you can connect with them. And for me, I've gone so far as to figure out what live events certain people will be at and made a connection there. And for me, the next thing I do is I usually ask people that I know, do you know this person? Can I get a warm introduction? And if I can, great. If I can't, well, then I will find a way to connect with them somehow. But I have gone so far for certain relationships that I thought were important. I have gone so far as to go to a live event to make that connection because sometimes it can be very, very valuable, and it can be worthwhile. And again, you're not stalking them, but you are trying to connect and add value to them as much as you possibly can, as well as make your own ask if you need to. Jonathan McBride posted a question that said, "What type of editor would rewrite sections or move stuff around to make it flow better?" I sense that would be copy editing. So I wanted to touch on this question because it is not copy editing. In fact, a lot of people come to us and they say, "My book's been edited." And then we look at it and we go, "You had a copy edit. And what you needed was a content or a developmental edit." So if you are looking for somebody who's going to make your book better, they're going to make it flow, they're going to make it a good experience for the reader, the kind of person who would go in and go, "This chapter is too long, this chapter is too short, this one needs to be moved around, these two need to be combined." That kind of an editor is a content or a developmental editor. That should be first. For most people, that would be the first step. And it was actually interesting because somebody that came to us, she started working with an editor that a friend of hers had recommended, but she was a little distraught because this editor was more or less doing a copy edit, and and she didn't understand until she realized that the friend that recommended this editor has written 30 books, something like that. And after you've written 30 books, you may not need developmental editing anymore, especially if they're all following a similar format and a similar formula. So her friend who'd written 30 books probably only really needed a copy editor. This person did a little bit more than, like, it was a little bit deeper than just a copy edit, but it wasn't much. And so sometimes you got to be careful where you get your recommendations from. But that's the difference. So copy edit is your sentence structure, word choice, grammar, punctuation. They're the people who follow a rule book. Chicago Manual of Style would be most of our rule book that our editors are following. They're the rule following editors versus the content or developmental editors are the ones that I think you're looking for, Jonathan. Okay, those were the questions that I had pulled off of YouTube that I have not answered lately. So those are the recently asked questions, not so much the frequently asked questions. And now I saw that you folks have some questions. So let me see what you guys have. Okay, I'll give Angela a moment. And while she is getting me the questions, I will go and do the draw. So every Tuesday and Friday, when a new video comes out, and that includes this live stream replay, if you comment on that video, you will get entered to win some fabulous hashtag no boring book swag. And for everyone that has been waiting, our hashtag no boring books mug is back in stock. So hooray for that. So today you have a choice between Self-Publish and Succeed, my book. So if you have not read my book yet, this is your chance to grab that book. Also, I think you can potentially get it by joining our reviewer community. I think it's on the list for that too. Okay, and I do see some people successfully joining. So Patty, welcome to the reviewer community. Yay, it's so exciting. And I'm gonna go over and do the draw right now. So everybody who commented the last 2 weeks on a Tuesday or a Friday on the videos, you have been entered to win. So one moment, please. Where did they go? Oh, of course. When I was closing all my applications so that I was no longer blurry, I accidentally closed out my random name picker. So one moment, please, while I reopen my random name picker. Thankfully, the names do get saved in there, so I don't have to re-enter them. Okay, we're back in business. It's open again. So drum roll, please, for my first winner of today. My first winner of 22222. Okay. Congratulations, Brian Krieger. Oh, I don't know if he's here live today, but it's been a while since Brian has won. I feel like he's probably won the mug. I know he has my book. But Brian, let us know what you would like. Maybe your journal is running low. I think we do have journals still. So just let us know. You can email Angela at team@booklaunchers.com and let her know what you want. Ron Neitzel is in the house, everyone. Ron, it's been a beat, my friend. I hope things are going well in your world. Welcome. Great to see you here again. And journals are coming back in the mail. Yay, that's great. Um, awesome. So good. It's awesome to see you. Yes, the Green Wizard is in the house. I even have your book. One moment. Hold on. I got it right here. Excuse me while I slide out of the screen and return with the Green Wizard. Here we go. That was Ron's book. Okay. Let's go back in and I will finish my draw. My second draw of the day is the wheel is spinning as it puts all the names through. Excuse me. And our next person, oh, Linda K. Lee. I know you're here. I saw you saying hello. Congratulations. I don't know what you have not won yet. I do believe I do believe this is a winner repeat for you too. So, and I think you're still here. Let me just see. I'm pretty sure I saw you today. Maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay. So, Linda, if you're here, let us know what you'd like, or if you have won everything, you can also gift it to someone else that is here. For all of you joining in, we do have a brand new book review community, and we are inviting you to join in. So you can go ahead and get in on the book review community at booklaunchers.com/no boring books club. I keep forgetting what that is, so I'm double checking. No boring books club, I believe is what it is, right? Okay, pretty sure that's what it is. Sorry, I should have wrote it down. And I thought I would remember it. I thought it would be so easy to remember. No Boring Books Club, it is. Booklaunchers.com/No Boring Books Club will get you in to be part of our book reviewer community. And if you are signing up right now and you've got an issue, Jacqueline is here to help you out with that. And if you're watching the replay and you're having any issues, just email us at team@booklaunchers.com and we will help you. It is in beta and we are really excited to have you be the first ones to join our community. And we're really excited for all the things that we're going to roll out to this community over the year. So, yeah, yay, awesome. Okay, so the first question I saw here, and it was Linda K. Lee. So there you go. I need some great tips on how to keep marketing this book. So, without knowing what you have tried, I would say the first thing when it's keep marketing the book, I would look at anything that has worked. Okay. So that means if it's Amazon ads, well, then keep doing Amazon ads. But if it's, okay, I had success selling books to a group. So I got invited to do a talk and I sold 50 books to that group. I would look at, okay, what was this group? So what was that, what was that community? Where are there more communities like that? And can I reach out? Can I make a connection with the organizer? Or can I even ask that organizer, do you know any other groups like this? Can you make introductions? Because a lot of people already network with other people that have similar groups or similar people in their audience in different cities, different locations, different, slightly different angles. So that would be where I would start, is kind of looking at what has worked. And then my objective, or not my objective, my recommendation to people is to try something new or do one thing every day. So, do some outreach to different people, spend 5 minutes just commenting on Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, wherever your audience is hanging out, just, dedicate a little bit of time to that and continuously doing that every day. Doing one thing every day, you're going to find things that are working. When you find something that's working, do more of it. And ultimately, that's how I've ended up really focusing on YouTube. For me, it's one part, what do I enjoy? But also, where are we getting a lot of results as a company for my books and et cetera? And that was YouTube. So it was great that YouTube was working and I was enjoying it. But that would be where I would start. The other thing to do is, if you are running Amazon ads, is to look at that data. So if you've been running the ads for more than a couple of months, look at your results. And, without going into a full Amazon ad tutorial, what I like Amazon ads for in particular is to give me a sense of, okay, could my cover be improved? Could my book description be improved? Are my keywords or something else amiss with my metadata? And your Amazon ad data will give you that kind of information. So, for example, if you're getting a lot of impressions, but you're not getting clicks, there can be one of two problems. It can be your cover. Well, there's a few problems, but it could be your title. Title is hard to fix. So I would start by testing new covers for that. But it also could be a mismatch between your cover and title and the keywords that you're getting impressions for. So you'd want to dive into that data a little bit to figure that out. If you're getting clicks, but you're not getting sales, I would look at how many book reviews do you have. If you don't have at least 25 good book reviews, I would focus on getting more book reviews. If you have that and you're still not getting sales, I would focus on the first two sentences of your book description. Are they making somebody want to buy that book right now? Like that first sentence really has to hook your ideal reader. So you kind of want to punch them in the face with the obvious, like why this book is for them and they have to buy it today. So that's just some of the things. I mean, this is a huge, huge topic. And there'll be some great excerpts from Saturday's training that I'll pull out as well, because we talked a lot about live event marketing, but we also talked a lot about launch and just overall book marketing. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking for question 2, Angela. I'm not seeing, looking. You guys are having a lot of great conversations. um, and okay, let's see. Can I explain metadata? Okay, I don't see question 2 in here. Maybe Angela's super busy handling all these questions and things here. But yeah, it's weird. There, I do see question 2 now. Okay, but I will answer the can you explain metadata? We have a really great video on metadata on the YouTube channel, which we'll get a link posted for you, Robert. Essentially, metadata are things like it's basically any information behind the scenes for your book. It's your keywords, it's the number of pages, it's your categories, it's your even your book description, it's the format of your book. It's kind of all of those things. But often when I'm talking about metadata in the context of book marketing, I'm usually talking your description, your subtitle, your keywords, and your categories. But it can also be your pricing. Your pricing can also be a factor in there too. Metadata video is up for you, Book Market, if you haven't watched this one before, because it explains it all. And I go to great lengths to make a otherwise rather dry subject somewhat entertaining. Okay. Daniel Dilla, I know my book's target audience isn't necessarily a certain demographic, as many authors are told to believe. How do I find that target audience and nail down who my book is for? I have a video on becoming an audience or becoming a ideal reader, mind reader, becoming a mind reader so that you know your reader. So that would be a video also to grab. And yes, it's great to see you again too, Robert. So it would be great to grab that one. But essentially, what I always tell people is to figure out, because we're only talking nonfiction here. So I would think about the problem your audience has and how they're trying to solve it right now and why that isn't working and what you're going to do to help it in a different way. And that's your audience, right? So it isn't a demographic per se. Sometimes, if we're talking about, dealing with a female cancer, well, obviously you've got a demographic in there. It's going to be females, unless your book is on supporting that person, in which case it wouldn't be. It could be anybody really. So you do want to go to the outcome of the outcome. So if you are providing a health solution, it's not that health solution. It's what happens after they have that health solution. It's what is the outcome from having this solution to their health. So I heard, I was listening to a podcast the other day, Tony Robbins and Peter Diamandis, they've partnered up and they have a new book out. And it sounds fascinating. I haven't seen it, but I did listen to a podcast of them. And they're talking about a lot of health solutions. But what gets you excited isn't necessarily the solution. It's the fact that, Tony Robbins was talking about how he had this injury, this snowboarding injury, and they were, basically saying he was going to have spinal fusion surgery. And he's like, this health solution led to me being in better shape now than when I was before the accident. And he never had the spinal fusion surgery. So it's like that. It's not that your health ailment is cured. It's that you're actually more fit than you were before you even had this problem in the first place. And then for him, it's like, okay, that means I'm going to live longer so that when more health innovations come out, I'm more likely to take advantage of them. I'm in great shape for playing with my family or for hanging out with my family, for, living life. And it's all of those kind of things. So that's where you want to go. And the deeper you go down that route, so the problem that they have, the outcomes they've tried to, they're the outcome they're in pursuit of, and the ways they've tried to get that solution and what's working and not, you'll start to get to know your reader really well. And you can do that through checking what they're saying on different forums, being a part of different groups, doing avatar interviews if you're not already familiar, if they're clients, just talking to them and listening, doing a lot of listening. But online, you can learn a lot, reading reviews of other books that are already in that space and seeing what they're saying is good or not so good about those books. All of that will help. Okay, let's see. Next question. Looking for a question 3. Let's see. I don't see a question 3. I do see a big exclamation question mark. How much money have you actually profited from your bestseller, from Patty? I, I don't know if you're directing that at me. I don't know. And I haven't done the math. If you're referring to my first book that was an Amazon bestseller, I haven't done the math in a long time, but it was well over $100,000 in money into my pocket in the first year and a bit, just from book sales alone. So if that's what you were asking. So I did pretty well on that book, but it all funnels back into my company. The current book, I don't even watch. I don't even look at it. I think Jacqueline keeps an eye on my sales numbers for self-publish and succeed. But as I've talked about before, the focus for me on that book was definitely not anything to do with money. It was creating a book that we use internally. We give it to our contractors. We give it to our team members. We're sharing it with all of you. So if somebody isn't necessarily going to hire book launchers, they've got a resource that will set them up for success in writing and publishing their nonfiction book. And if they read it and then they want our help, well, that's great. It also works to create those kind of relationships and partnerships. We've partnered with a book award company, and we partnered with Bedside Reading, which is a company that put my book into Hamptons hotels. It was part of a Hamptons Film Festival thing. So having the book created a lot of opportunities to just further book launchers, get the name out there, and help a lot more people in this space. So Q3, Pooty World. Is it okay to publish your book without filing a copyright online? Automatic copyrights apply as soon as you put words to page. And in the United States in particular, you get more rights to defend your copyright if you have filed it, but you don't have to. There's no rule that says you have to. It's really if you ever needed to go to court and defend it, you would really, having filed those copyrights is an important step. So it gives you a few rights there to do that. But if you're going to do that, you have to have the financial wherewithal to hire a lawyer and be able to afford to defend it. So there's decisions to be made, and those are decisions I can't necessarily make for you, but it's not that expensive or difficult to file for copyright. So for most American authors anyways, I would say, that's a step to take if you can. Question 4, do audiobook or online course signups extend our membership? Oh, so that's regarding our services. So no. So our audiobook add-on and our book to course add-on are priced according to having you be a member. So it's set up so that as part of your membership, if you were external to our membership, which we don't even offer it to external, but we would charge more because we would have to get familiar with your book in order to create the course, and we would have to be doing other pieces in order to facilitate it. So it doesn't extend it. And it is just really an add-on to what we are already doing. So yeah, but if you have questions, Efren, you can always reach out and we can talk about, different approaches for your book. I know it's a big one. It's a big book. So it's going to be a really, really valuable resource to people. But I also know it's taken longer to get past the finish line than I'm sure you thought, certainly than we thought when we first talked. So, let's see. Jacqueline says, I don't do cumulative tracking for self-publish and succeed, but I monitor sales to see how testing and success, the things we're testing. I mean, that's the other thing I didn't even mention. For me, self-publish and succeed gives us a book that we can test a lot of things on because it's easier for us to see the results and kind of go into, okay, what worked, what didn't. And so we use it as a little test bunny for a lot of the things before we test it on a client's book for there. Okay. Let's see. That looks like that's the end of the questions today. So thank you so much for all your questions. And again, thank you to everybody who has joined the reviewer community. And thank you to Jacqueline for all of her hard work getting this reviewer community together. I'm just really, it's going to be a great value to offer our authors, but it's also going to be another really cool way for us to bring the community together and hang out more, but also be able to share more with everyone that is in the book launchers community. So thank you so much for everybody who hopped on and joined. And if you're watching the replay and you've joined, let me know in the comments below. And if you have questions for future videos or suggestions for future video topics, go ahead and post that as well. So yeah, it was great to have you all here. Great to see some of you that I haven't seen in a while. Well, sort of see you, see your names and see you say hello. And I look forward to seeing you back here in 2 weeks, same time, same place. Thanks, everybody. Bye.